Hey friends, today I put a Loksound 5 decoder in a Atlas engine. It was one of the Kato boards meant for the N-scale Kato locomotives, but I put it in an Atlas engine, and I'll show you why and what I did to make it work. Anyway, let's get to it. So I have two decoders here. This is the Atlas one for Atlas and Intermountain, and this is the Kato one. I really like the Kato one, and I'll show you why. As you can see, the Kato board is a fair bit shorter, and that's pretty appealing. Plus, there's no contacts on the bottom except for these LEDs. Cover those up with tape. There's no components or anything on the bottom. It's pretty good. Whereas the Atlas Intermountain board is obviously longer, and it has a whole bunch of contacts on the bottom, which I guess if you were putting it into the engine, the locomotives it's meant for, it wouldn't matter. But I don't have any of the newer stuff with the four contacts on the top. It's all older stuff that I'm putting this into. I'm going to need to solder the motor tabs anyway with wire. I suspect. I expect I'll have to. I've done a few of these and I've had to solder them, but maybe I'll get lucky with this one. We'll see. But I'm going to. I think I'm going to put this in an Atlas locomotive. It'll take some milling, but it's going to take some milling anyway. So yeah, let's see what I'm looking at here. I have this Algoma Central GP7, or is it a 9? GP7 I think, that I want to, it has a factory installed lens decoder from the mid-90s I guess, and it's junk by today's standards. So I'm going to replace this guy first. So my plan is to use these contacts to contact the frame, and that'll leave me with quite a bit of room for a speaker back here. And I'll have to cut out, I'll probably have to cut out like from here right up to here, because I don't know if that'll squeeze between the frame or not. At least trim it. That'll be fine. That's what I'm thinking. Let's see what happens. See what I actually do. This is the Atlas board. You can see it would fit. It would still require a whole lot of trimming. I will put this in. I've got a GP40 that I want to put sound in as well. So I'm going to use this one for the GP40. Its frame is just a little bit longer than this GP9, and I'll be able to use both the contacts. And yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Use the Kato board. Kato. There's not much to these split frame mechanisms. That's pretty much all the parts there. You can see why I have to solder the pads if I was going to use this Atlas board. Those are the motor contacts on the factory board, and these are the motor contacts for the ESU V5 board, so they won't line up. And it would be a whole lot easier if the motor contacts, if basically all the contacts were on the top of the board. So once it's installed, you can solder everything. But that's how this Kato board is. Those are the motor contacts there. Looks like if I take off anywhere from around here to forward, it'll fit. I gotta keep that. I gotta be careful of the big motor cradle mounts. But yeah, I'll just zip that off. Should be alright. Okay, I've marked where I want to make my cuts. I've left enough room so that I can, with the board back here, I can put it in and slide it forward. I made that mistake on one of my installs where I had to struggle to get the board in properly. I'll mark the other one and then sit and stare at it for a minute while I make sure nothing jumps out at me as being a mistake. There, both sides are marked. Yep. Should be fine. Should be fine. Nothing's really jumping out at me as being a horrible mistake. We'll see. I think I've shown these in another video, but these are the two cutting bits I use. I forget what the numbers are. They're Dremel tools. I use this one for the heavy lifting to do most of the cutting, and then this one I use it to fine tune, just to polish up what I cut, and to polish it, make it look, make it smooth. And that's one done. Let me just check for fit. There is what looks like a little tiny resistor there, and if the board slides in too far, I think it's going to make contact. So I don't know if I should shave this, shave just a little bit off of here, so that when this bottoms out it won't be near that. I think that's what I'm going to do. I think that's what I'm going to do. Just take a hair off. Let's see where that is now when it bottoms out. Oh, it's beauty. Okay. So, that little component's right there. And there's lots of room. That board is bottomed out now, so it worked. Alright, let's see how these things fit. I counted my fingers twice. I've still got them all, so that's good. Put these spacers in. See, my problem is the board's just a little bit wide here. Like right in here. It's just a little bit wide. Probably should have noticed when I was lining everything up. Let me think on this a minute. Alright, I ran into a little snag that some of my more astute viewers may have seen coming a mile away. I am not so bright. Anyway, I fixed it. What the problem was is with the frame halves together, pretty much this was too wide. So the frame wasn't, I wouldn't have been able to get the shell on. The frame at the top was boop, poking out like that. So what I did, I took my Zona saw and I just cut, actually that one needs to come in a little bit more, but I just cut the grooves deeper and wider. I'll zoom in, I'll show yous. Okay, I don't know if you can see, how well you can see, but that's the groove I made. I just cut, let me see this. I don't know if that makes any sense. See what I did there? Cut it like that. Being careful not to cut these things off completely. Need those. So yeah. Now the decoder does slide in like it should. Like it should. Like it should. Anyway, it works. I already had the shell on, I tested it. Yeah, there, that's pretty good. It's not a lot of meat holding on there, but if I have to, I'm not afraid to solder a wire from the truck pickup to one of these pads. I did that in one of my other installs that was having spotty connection issues. There, I just shaved that groove a little bit deeper. Let's see. Oh yeah. Beauty. Just gotta make sure no components are touching anything. Looks like I need to take a little bit off of here because there's some components there. But yeah, I think this is gonna be good. Thought I was ready to start reassembly, but I forgot. I might need to shave a little bit off of back here to fit the speaker. Does look like there's a lot of room though. I don't know. We'll see. So to make a little bit of room for the speaker, I'm just gonna shave this flat. Should be just enough, I hope. Okay, that's the board installed. See how well you can see that. Speaker will sit back here. Just like that. I'm pretty sure that fits. It'll fit under the shell. Speaker I'm using is a Sobatron 8x12, I think it was. I've got a little enclosure here that I got from Streamline Back Shop. Let's see. See that? I have them in other locomotives and they sound pretty good. I save my itty bitty wires when I cut a length off. Alright, let's see if we've got sound. Okay, driver's cab. Go. No smoke. Yeah, that's good. Lights. Oh, I got lights. Motor sound. I mean, okay, sound seems to work. Now I have to, I'm going to make sure the shell fits on. And then, because that's important, make sure the shell fits on. And then I'm going to download the sounds for GP9, or GP7. I think it's a GP7. Alright, there, shell's on, boop, it fits. Let's try this one more time. Okay, I've got everything put back together. Let's just see if it will read. Make sure I didn't jostle the decoder when I put the shell on or anything. I mean, it should be fine with a little jostling, but let's see. Yep, sound. That's the awful sounding horn. And there's the awful sounding prime mover. These are blank decoders, so they don't have any sounds on them, just like whatever they shipped with from the factory. So they're referred to as blank decoders, but they've got what you heard there. A squeaky little horn and a weird little prime mover. So to get the sounds onto the decoder, I go to the ESU website, downloads, sound files, Loksound 5 is what this is, and then North American. And then I'll just search for, I should dig the box out, see if it's I think it's a GP7. Yeah, because the Algoma Central dieselized, like as soon as they had a practical diesel. GP7. What's this? Oh, I see two exhausts. Rebuilds, rebuilds, rebuilds. Hi-fi. Let's go with this one. I accept. Two exhaust stacks. Yeah. Okay, blah blah blah. I may eventually put ditch lights in this guy. I probably will. I've done that with some of my other Jeeps and SD40s. Okay. Now I have a file. Oh, okay. Write decoders. Write sound data. Yep, it'll take a while. No need to record this, so we'll be back. So I think I need to write the decoder data. Maybe I didn't tell it to do that last time, I don't know. Yep, that's probably it. Now let's go to driver's cab. Oh, there, that looks better. Well, I'll have to mess around with the sounds to get them to be the way I want, like change the volumes and stuff. Sounds like my speaker has an air leak. I might try to seal that up better too. It just doesn't sound as crisp as it should. But the install worked. I mean, if I have to change the speaker, I can. It's no big deal. So there you have it. I'm just waiting for JMRI to read the decoder so I can put it in the roster and begin the speed matching process. I won't bother showing that because there's 1,000,001 videos on YouTube how to do speed matching, and what I do is no different than anyone else. So anyway, thanks for watching, and if you liked what you saw, why don't you subscribe so you can follow along with me while I build this layout. And if you want to hit the bell icon, you'll be notified whenever I post a new video. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.